Hello, and welcome back to the channel. Today, we're going to be talking about Gooners. And if you're part of the Gooning community, well, you've got my respect, mate. No judgment here. We're all adults. Now, before anyone starts fighting in the comments, relax. This is all meant to be a bit of fun, with a few laughs along the way. So, grab a snack, sit back, and let's get into it. Now, let's say you're a Gooner, but you don't actually realize how deep you've gone, or what level you're really at. Don't worry, that's exactly what we're here to figure out today. For the sake of this video, let's imagine there are 7 levels of Gooning. Think of it as a completely unofficial ranking system. Some of you might be sitting comfortably at level 1, while others are probably hearing boss music already. So, let's break down each level and see where you land. Now, the first level is what I like to call the realization level. Hold on, let me explain. This is the stage where you first realize what Gooning actually is. Your body starts sending you strongly worded emails. At first, you ignore them because, let's be honest, ignoring problems is basically a human superpower. One morning, you wake up feeling a weird ache and think, I've probably just slept funny. The next day, it happens again. Then again. Suddenly, you're on Google searching symptoms, and within 5 minutes, you've somehow convinced yourself you're either perfectly fine or you have a disease that was discovered 3 minutes ago. Then things get even stranger. You wake up one morning and notice something unusual on your bed. The first time, you pretend you didn't see it. The second time, you blame the blanket. By the third time, you're looking around the room like you're expecting a detective to show up and start collecting evidence. So, you search it online. A few minutes later, reality finally taps you on the shoulder.
Hey, buddy.
You just sit there in complete silence, staring at your screen, thinking, maybe I actually need a girlfriend. Simple enough, right? Well, not exactly. That's easier said than done. Your social skills have been on vacation for months. Making eye contact feels like fighting a final boss, and saying hi to a girl suddenly requires the courage of someone about to jump out of a plane. So, instead of shooting your shot, you convince yourself you'll start tomorrow. But tomorrow turns into next week. Next week turns into next month. And before you know it, you've become a full-time employee of your bedroom, with no salary, no benefits, and your mattress as your most loyal coworker. Eventually, you start thinking, maybe I actually need to learn how to talk to girls. So, like any modern-day scholar, you head straight to YouTube. A few minutes later, you're watching some self-proclaimed dating guru with a six-pack explaining how to start a conversation with a baddie in 30 seconds.
How to start a conversation with a beautiful woman in only 30 seconds. Just follow this simple secret formula.
He makes it sound so easy. Just walk up confidently, make eye contact, smile, and say hi. Meanwhile, you're sitting there thinking, brother, if I could do all that so easily, I wouldn't even be here watching this video. You watch another tutorial, then another, then another. By the end of the day, you've got a PhD in flirting on paper. In real life, you still panic whenever a girl says, "Excuse me." So you sigh, close YouTube, lie back in bed, and tell yourself, yeah, I'm just not built for this.
Yeah. I'm just not built for this.
But later that night, while you're doom scrolling on your phone, you come across a video from some self-proclaimed internet doctor. With the confidence of a man who definitely got his medical degree from the University of Trust Me Bro, he says, Gooning at least 28 times a month is actually good for your prostate. Now you've got yourself thinking. You've never even heard the word before. Curiosity immediately kicks in, so you head straight to Google. A few seconds later, you're typing with the speed of a man whose life suddenly depends on it. What is Gooning? A few minutes later, you're just sitting there, staring at your screen in complete disbelief. Wait, people actually do this? At first, you think it's gotta be some kind of internet joke. But the more you read, the more you realize this is an actual thing. You sit there for a few seconds, completely speechless. Then, without saying another word, you quietly grab the lotion, pull out the tissue, lock your bedroom door, and prepare to conduct your own research. Congratulations, you've officially earned the title of Certified Level 1 Gooner. Level 2. The method testing. You now find yourself going at least 3 times a week. As someone who still can't pull the baddies, you start making proper use of your imagination. You tell yourself, I don't even need girls anyway. Yeah, keep telling yourself that, champ. Before long, your imagination becomes your second home. Every baddie you walk past somehow ends up living rent-free in your head. At this point, your brain has a better photo gallery than your phone. You start creating entire storylines in your head. In your imagination, you've got more game than a Hollywood movie protagonist. You never get rejected, never fumble your words, and somehow every conversation goes perfectly. Meanwhile, in real life, a girl simply says, "Hi," and your brain immediately crashes like an old Windows XP computer. Reality? Still undefeated. A few weeks later, though, your imagination starts feeling a little stale. The excitement just isn't hitting like it used to. So you start thinking to yourself, maybe I need something a little more intense. The only problem is, you have absolutely no idea what that something is. Then one day, you're chilling with your homeboy, and out of nowhere he starts talking about corn, bragging about his top-tier collection like the guy just won an Olympic gold medal. You're just sitting there thinking, bro, why are you so proud of this? You've been hearing the word for a while now, but you've never actually known what it meant. Curiosity gets the better of you. So you ask him a few questions. And to your surprise, he actually explains what it is. You just stand there for a second, staring into the distance like you've unlocked forbidden knowledge. Then you quietly mutter, "Damn, this might actually be what I've been looking for." And that same night, you decide to try a little experiment of your own. Congratulations. You've officially earned the prestigious title of Certified Level 2 Gooner. May God have mercy on your soul. Level 3, the addiction phase. This is where the addiction really starts to build. The funny part is, your big head still hasn't realized it yet. By now, you've completely convinced yourself, who needs a girlfriend anyway? You've settled into a routine, and somehow you've managed to convince yourself that everything is perfectly normal. Until little things start changing. You notice you're always tired, always sleepy, always saying, "I'll do it later." Simple tasks that used to take 5 minutes suddenly feel like you're being asked to carry a refrigerator up 3 flights of stairs. Your motivation? Gone. Your energy? Missing. Your productivity? Last seen several weeks ago. You start feeling anxious whenever you have to talk to strangers. Even ordering food starts feeling like you're about to give a TED Talk. You brush it off and tell yourself, "I'm probably just tired." Yeah, keep telling yourself that, buddy. But deep down, something doesn't quite feel the same anymore. Your clothes start looking oversized every time you put them on. You're always locked away in your room, doom scrolling for hours like it's your full-time career. Friends invite you out?
Hey,
Nah,
let's go.
maybe next time. Family gathering? I'm not really feeling it. Before you know it, you've slowly started distancing yourself from everyone around you. You begin skipping work, making excuses for everything, and somehow your bed has become your permanent address. At this point, your room knows you better than your own family does. Then things get even weirder. You catch yourself spending way too much time stalking girls on Instagram, YouTube, and pretty much anywhere else you can find them. At this point, you're not just acting like a simp, you're slowly becoming the neighborhood weirdo. You look in the mirror one morning and think, hold on, have I always looked like this? You've got eye bags so deep they deserve their own zip code. Your face looks pale, and somehow you look exhausted, even after doing absolutely nothing all day. And the scariest part, you still don't think you have a problem. Congratulations. You've officially earned the prestigious title of Certified Level 3 Gooner. Reality has officially filed a missing persons report. Level 4. The point of no return. At this point, bro, your internal organs are starting to file for divorce. Your daily protein intake can't even keep up with what your body desperately needs anymore. You've officially been promoted to a full-time OnlyFans subscriber. At this rate, your bank account knows those monthly renewal dates better than your own birthday. And that's not even the worst part. By now, you know the name of every porn star and every online model like you're studying for a final exam. You hop into live streams and casually drop a $100 donation just to say something
Wow,
like, "Hey,
thanks for the
your body
donation."
looks amazing." while completely forgetting there's barely any food left in your kitchen. Then it gets even worse. You start borrowing money from friends and relatives just so you can stand out in someone's live stream chat and hopefully get noticed for 5 whole seconds. Come on, bro. You've officially become the final boss of cursed search history. Open your browser and it's nothing but the most diabolical searches known to mankind. Stepmom, my teacher, stuck in the washing machine. Bro, what are you even doing? At this point, the FBI could use your search history as a psychological case study. You don't let anybody touch your phone anymore, not your friends, not your siblings, not your mom. The moment someone says, bro, let me borrow your phone for a second, your soul immediately leaves your body. You're moving like a bodyguard protecting classified government documents. You're ready to wrestle somebody before they even unlock the screen. And don't even get me started on your gallery and browser tabs. Those things are under tighter security than a Swiss bank vault. Face ID, fingerprint, password, backup password. Bro is protecting his phone like the fate of humanity depends on it. Here's the part that's actually embarrassing. You think you're hiding it. You're not. Girls start noticing something's off. Your friends notice it too. You're awkward, constantly distracted, avoiding eye contact, and acting like you've never had a normal conversation before. You keep telling yourself, nah, nobody knows. Meanwhile, everybody around you is thinking, bro, what happened to this guy? And the funniest part? You're the only one who still believes you're fooling everybody. At this point, you're not fooling anyone, except yourself. And that's it for today's video. Hopefully you enjoyed it, and hopefully you learned something along the way. If you want to see us cover the remaining levels and talk about how to actually break free from this cycle, let me know in the comments. If you're new to the channel, don't forget to subscribe, leave a like, and turn on notifications so you don't miss the next upload. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one.